Welcome to RTI XL. This module discusses how to decide when to add controllers to the global area versus adding them to individual rooms in Integration Designer Apex. Let's begin. When programming a project, you may add controllers to your system file at any time. The decision to place a controller in the global area versus an individual room depends on what source device user interfaces are required. At this point, we've already added an XP8V processor to our system file. We have two rooms in our projects, a family room and a den. Both rooms are controlling their own TV and local cable box and sharing a thermostat that exists in the global area. There are no controllers in our project file yet. The client has purchased a T2X controller and an iPhone license. Here are some things to consider. Does the controller require interfaces for any source devices that reside in two or more rooms? Would the client best be served by a controller with the ability to control functions around the home? If you answered yes to both questions, the controller should be placed in the global area. The controller is considered a global controller because it can control source devices from multiple rooms. Apex will give you an option to create user interfaces for source devices in every room in the project if the controller is added to the global area. Now let's take a look at the options available when we try to add our iPhone to the global area. First, select the global area from the rooms list, and then select iPhone. Press the Next button to add the controller. As you can see on the right, Apex will allow us to create user interfaces for the global homepage, as well as for the thermostat. It will also provide the ability to create individual home pages for the family room and den, as well as the devices in both rooms. You can deselect any source devices that are not needed on the global controller. Now, let's take a step back by clicking the Back button on the Add Workspace window. In this scenario, we decided to dedicate our T2X to the family room. Select the family room from the room list and make sure the T2X controller is selected. Press the Next button, and this time we see that our options have changed. Controllers placed in the global area or in an individual room will always have the option to create user interfaces for global devices. Since we're dedicating the controller to the family room, we also have the option to add a user interface for all the source devices in the family room. However, we do not have the option of adding a user interface for the sources in the den. If you're unsure of where to place a controller, adding it to the global area is always a safe option. Some devices should always reside in global. For example, an iPhone is a mobile device, and the client may wish to add multi-room control down the line. It's a good idea to think about those scenarios and place the device in the global area from the beginning. Assigning controllers and devices to the right area is much easier when you have a good idea how and where they'll be used. Thank you for watching.